I also have the black
Here
one
we
too.
go. Alrighty.
Oh well.
We are back
Advertising.
live again.
Fact.
This is
Give out another
subtle
minute
advertising
more
right here.
refreshes. Yes,
Hey guys, how's it
advertising.
going?
Next
Wow,
step.
nice hat, Ryan. Where'd you get that?
You know what? I feel like it's a similar place to the one that you got yours. You know.
Oh, I was thinking you could talk about it.
Did you go to the Helios merch store to buy that spicy merchandise?
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah. Team
Actually,
Helios is a
I
Shopify
did.
store.
Have you heard about it?
Is it easy to buy and can anyone do it?
Anyone can.
Yeah, I'm shipping to your house. It's great.
It sounds like one of those cheeky 90s commercials now, I swear to God. Okay.
It was so easy, just 2 clicks.
And then,
Have you seen the
For
new drag
easy
and drop
payment,
card
$5.
interface? You can just drag the item you want into
Oh.
the card.
Amazing.
From the
Okay.
sweatshop straight to your head.
Don't talk about that.
all
Don't talk about that.
last time.
Talk
Analyst
about
last
the
time.
sweatshops.
Let's resume before the computer crashes again, hopefully.
No, it's usually good. It's usually once per day,
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
give or take. It just likes to, kill itself once per
Yeah.
day.
Which I get. I do.
Yeah,
get
Ryan just violates the DNR.
I mean, if you want to technically, we all kill ourselves once a day when we sleep, just turning ourselves off. So I do get the feeling.
Technically, your entire body goes through in death once every month, as every single cell in your body is replaced.
I thought it was once every 7 years that every cell in your body is replaced.
I don't know, something like that. I know your skin cells die every 5 seconds or something like 10 seconds, or
Yeah.
is it
Yeah,
2 minutes?
so I think
don't know.
the stat was that once every 7 years you have a completely new set of cells.
Body.
Yeah.
Okay, so then can we apply the ship of Theseus fucking hypothesis to this? Like, are you then the same person because all of your cells are different? Like, if you have a ship
mean-
and things break, right, and you eventually replace everything on that ship, right? Let's
The
say
question
like all
is,
the boards.
the question is, if you took all the dead cells, revive them, and put them back into another person, who's the real you?
Yeah, is it the same? Is it the same ship then,
It's the
or is
same
it a
ship.
different ship? And then what do those old parts become?
Yeah, what is it that makes a person you? Is it your consciousness or is it the sum of your body
Yeah.
parts?
The Theseus' ship thing, they took all of the old parts and built it into another ship, and then you 2 ships identical. Which one is the real ship?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
like the common question of the Star Trek question. Like if you were to disassemble all of your cells and then reassemble your cells somewhere else, would you then have just destroyed yourself and rebuilt a new one, like a new version?
Yeah, it's whack.
I love philosophical
Analyst.
arguments, but it's probably not an analyst desk thing.
No,
It's a good
philosophical
talking-
arguments and
I
analyst
disagree.
that's
It might be some
was
time
ASOS a
entertainment.
good idea? Yes or no? That's the philosophical argument in the analyst desk today. Was it a good idea?
Also,
Probably not. Was
Crit
it fun?
Nocturne,
Yes,
good idea.
Oh.
Or not?
definitely. Because it made everyone hate me, which is kind of the point.
I see.
And to be fair, it was my DPS Nocturne build. I had that with Lethality, which would just die to set. DPS, which would basically take care of everyone but Lulu, because Lulu exists. And Tank, which should just make sure I don't die, but at the same time I probably won't one-shot everyone. So, or kill anybody for that matter. So I went for DPS
I
and
felt like
hit
Tank was probably your best option though, because if you
It was.
manage to get onto the Jinx and fear her, right, then she can't do damage
Yeah.
and destroy your whole team, and that would be your whole
Yeah,
goal.
that
Plus,
was the
you can-
thing. They didn't. My teammates didn't realize. I never really fleshed out to my team to Demacia what the tank build looked like. I thought it was like full tank with a mythic tank items. No, it's more like a bruiser, like a set build. It's for a bruiser. Like you have Gore Drinker, Titanic, that sort of build on Nocturne. It actually, with Conqueror, it makes it so you can still heal, and if you get like a Visage, you can still heal a lot, but also deal some damage.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
mean-
most experimental out of all builds currently.
I feel like this is analyst test material,
This is.
but ultimately, I also kind of feel like your job as a tank Nocturne would have been to go in, fear the Jinx, eat all of their CC
Yeah.
and their stuff, and
That's the
die
point
so that
of
your
tank,
team
but-
your team can win.
Yeah, the problem was, though, the true damage on set would have been a nightmare for me to deal with if I went tank Nocturne.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically, when I first managed to solo kill set, my team was like, "Don't go in, you will die," and then I just melt set and like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, Analyst said that too. We both thought that it was that you were. There's no way you kill Set, and you did. And then Jake was like, "Okay, I guess maybe it's good. I don't know." So
Yeah, crit Nocturne. One thing that's really slept on is the buff to Nocturne's passive. They made that shit refund at 4 seconds on champion and monster hit, which means you have Razor Blade. Every 3 hits refunds 8 seconds, so you can get a passive auto attack every 3 seconds ish.
Yeah. I mean,
Give or
I
take.
wasn't necessarily thinking that you weren't going to put out the damage. I just figured that with crit Nocturne, you would never win a team fight.
Yeah, and to be fair, the team fights were purely because I couldn't get past the Luluar, which knocked me up without fail every single time. And
That's
if
exactly
I shielded
what
the
we said.
Luluar, I hit polymorph and still die. So like the big issue was coordination.
Yeah,
The problem was,
if you
like,
wanted
if
to
I
run... Oh, sorry.
if I wanted to actually kill the Jinx, I need someone else to distract the Lulu, or at least tank the Lulu polymorph, which wasn't happening because they were playing. Because Shurima played very safe.
Yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't Shurima. Was it Shurima or Freljord? No, or Ionia.
If you wanted to play
I don't know.
Nocturne as an assassin, your only play would have been to have someone else on your team initiate.
Yeah, which wasn't really in our team comp.
That was Shrima that you were fighting.
That was Shurima? Yeah, making sure. So I will say personally, there was a lot that could go wrong, and it did. But on the bright side, I had a good laugh from just melting a set, so I was happy with that.
You tilted one of our casters with that Nocturne build.
I thought it was 2, but okay.
No, it was alright. I mean, I thought it was a bad idea, but...
No, wait, my
I wasn't
ace ult
tilted.
tilted 2 people. My ace ult tilted
Yeah.
2 people, but yeah.
No, we had going into that match. Like I remember one of the casters mentioned that I think I was there too, and we were all talking about it, like the fact that Lulu, just their team comp in general, but especially with a Lulu, is going to make it really difficult for you to get any ganks off as Nocturne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I want to go DPS, not burst, because the problem with burst Nocturne against Lulu is if you polymorph and somehow survive, your damage is gone anyway, so you're dead. So at least with DPS, I can ult in, get the Lulu. If I can somehow survive the polymorph after that, my laser tempo is ready to go, and I'm melting everybody. Problem was, I pretty much face tanked Jinx in the process, which wasn't really the best idea, but hey, it was the best idea at the time.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if maybe going Edge of Night might have helped. Even if you didn't want the lethality.
The problem with Edge of Night is that I think I tanked like 3 or 4 different CCs, so even if I had Edge of Night, it's just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure everyone went gung-ho for my ass as soon as I ulted, so I think I was dead regardless.
Yeah.
But at least in the process, I blew like 5 abilities and 2 ultimates just to get me, which helped clean up crew a bit, but not much because Jinx.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So I have a question for let's see, for Killswitch here. How did the that last match feel?
It felt good. What our plan was basically, everybody felt really comfortable in their roles. We do got Kato in jungle now. We swapped him out for Dab. We wanted to try something new. He feels comfortable playing jungle. We did have him playing top, but he feels more comfortable playing jungle. For the most part, I think we all enjoyed that game. It was fun, and it was our first win, so...
Yeah, well, your
always
first
nice.
win, not on a technicality, but yeah.
Yes.
You guys end the rankings 2 and 4 in 3rd place.
And out of the total scrims with Demacia and Shurima, that's your first win. Demacia, Ionia, that was your first win against us too. Scrims completely since we scheme a team. If we don't count time you DC'd.
I count all the times that we only win, so therefore it's 1-0.
So do you feel like because your team is still working on working through their
We're working on team play, coordination. I will admit our communication's a bit off because half the time we're just worshiping Dandrew and not focusing on ourselves, which is a little bit to be desired from a team play perspective. But hey, when Dandrew made it a clutch 1v3, we can't help but say what a god he is at times. But yeah, I understand. That just makes us understand why you want to ban Gwen.
Yeah, I mean both.
Yeah, I mean,
Both of y'all's teams and Shurima are kind of still getting used to each other's play styles and still dialing in your team play and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So do you feel like there's been a lot of progress made over the past couple of days for both of you? Like, do you feel like there's been some good progress made in that direction?
I think there's a lot of good progress. I'm also planning on getting a special, not necessarily tutoring, but like I'm gonna get like a refresher on certain macros by Shot Caller. He's gonna like walk me. He's gonna like basically guide me as I'm playing ranked, so I can just drill into my head proper jungle practices.
Nice.
So I can actually come to instinct. Whether it works or not is left to be figured out. But
yeah,
it's
the effort. It's the first step.
Yeah.
Yep. I wouldn't worry too much about focusing and worshiping Dandrew. I mean, I feel like almost every team here has a huge ringer. I wonder, have you considered starting to play around Dandrew and trying to snowball them, knowing that they're one of your star players?
Yeah, we do. We were thinking that. I personally wanted to do that, but everyone else is kind of gung-ho on trying to make me the carry, which I guess I wasn't completely ready for, because my Kindred was in a good carry spot, my Nocturne was in an okay spot, my Zac was in a good carry spot, but like, I didn't really have any good carry and win-con junglers, since Rengar kind of just would die in team plays half the time. And like, Nidalee, while she's great for poke comps, she can't really engage first without dying. So like, we've been focusing more on the Zac and the Kindred, who can get in necessarily and still live through one way or another. And that has been and all at the same time, someone I can sort of get people in my backpack, have a backpack for. But I will admit it's been kind of taxing on my mental, trying for them wanting me to be the carry when I don't feel like I can half the time.
Yeah. The other issue too that we've seen in the past with a team kind of focusing on one specific person regularly as their carry is that then the other divisions start picking up on that and they will start trying to make sure that person is irrelevant. And
kind of makes sense given the last bans. The last bans on that one match kind of made sense on that. And to be honest, I don't blame you guys. When I do good, I can get pretty ahead, but the chances of that happening can be volatile, to say the least.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, I mean, Freljord has Coldest Winter, who is probably the all-star of their team and just takes over games by himself, but at the same time, there are a lot of threats that you just can't ignore. If you ignore...
Samira is a mental health ban usually. But yeah, that's what we call it whenever we ban Samira, the mental health ban. Same with Yone.
Yeah.
We had back in the day, we had two divisions, some of our first divisions. I think it was Bilgewater and Ionia, and I was actually heading up Bilgewater, and I was the mid laner, and their mid laner was a guy called Jovi with a V.
He's the one that actually invited me to the server. Jovi? He's the one that invited me to the server.
Oh, really?
A long time ago.
Yeah, nice.
I remember that. Yeah, Dre's been around for a while.
I have been. I was around for the Ryzen Follows On, although I wasn't very present then.
Jovi, for those that don't know, was a god tier LeBlanc player. Also played a lot of Yone. Very aggressive in lane. And so
it's funny.
What we did, because his team would rely on him to carry the games, because he seemed to be their win con. What we did was I just learned to play super safe and not give him the kills like in lane, and then the rest of our team would focus on denying him kills as well and picking up the kills elsewhere. And so we'd get our other lanes ahead, and a lot of times that would work, and so they ended up having to switch up strategies later on and try and get some of the other lanes to be in a position where they could be their win con.
I will say, funny non sequitur, we met each other by playing each other's mains in a draft game. He was playing Azir and I was playing LeBlanc. We had an okay matchup, and I'm like, and we friendly each other after that and hit it off, but I will say, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. So I will say that much. But yeah, I remember because ever since then I was trying to get into teams. I think, as Dab mentioned before, I was trying out for 4 different times before this time, and I failed every single one with miserable colors. But this is the finally one I passed, and hey, it's working. So
I know, I'm super excited for you. I think we talked about that last analyst desk. That's super awesome to see. There's a couple people like that have just tried out for like multiple divisions, and
I will say, a small world moment, Nero Kaijin. I've actually known him for years before he even joined this server.
Really?
Yes, we've been friends since, like, I want to say, Season 7 of League. Pre-Season 8.
Wow.
And I remember once I was invited to a game from him, and I see Corey in the lobby, I'm like, and then a Helios inviting the link. I'm like, wait a minute. I checked Discord, he's right there. I'm like, wait a minute. Nero, how the frick did you get in the server?
Yeah, I mean, my
Invite
small
random
world.
people. It happens.
My
But
small world.
I can't take the credit for that one.
Yeah, my
I
small
think
world
it was
definite
Monty
moment
sent it to
was. And my small world moment was definitely when I got invited by Lauren to join the server. I'd known Lauren for, since the beginning of roughly COVID, and I knew she played League, and I kept on meaning to be like, "Hey, we should play sometime," but it just never aligned. And I was ARAMing with a buddy of mine, and we just got matched into a lobby with her.
That's crazy. I was thinking that might happen to me, because my sister's roommate plays League, but I don't know her username, and I don't know who she mains. So it's like, I could already know her, and just not know it. And it's like killing me. But I honestly don't know. Like, it could be anyone. Or someone I don't know at all. And I'm sitting here like, it's honestly killing me, because my mom's like, you should totally go say hi to her. My sister's like, no, she's a boyfriend, don't go near her. Like, I'm like, I'm not gonna do that, but my sister's very territorial of her personal life, and I'm not gonna blame her for that. But it's how it is. For all I know, I could hear my sister in comms one day and be like, wait a minute. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty funny if that happens. Anyways, back to analyst desk stuff. Any questions? Any left, or what's the plan?
We can't hear. Oh, Dab's on the cell
I mean,
phone.
We haven't actually. Have we been streaming?
Taking
the
a phone
analyst
call
testing?
while on work,
Yeah.
I have to go cook dinner before my other half gets here in an hour. So is there any questions that I missed? I'm so sorry.
What's the schedule look like for the tournament going forward next weekend?
Yes. So on Friday, the 3rd and 4th place seeds will be facing off in a best of 5 at the same time, like that we normally have, or we might change the hours to maybe a bit earlier. I don't know.
We might make it a bit earlier, because given how late this one went, also because Rex has stuff going on later at night on Saturday, so we prefer if we can get it
Only
earlier on
Dungeons
Saturday.
and Dragons.
Well, we have
Priorities.
there's a
League
couple things
is
that
not priority.
we have to work through with that, and the reason why it was pushed later initially was because we were dealing with like a bunch of different time zones. So when you factor into the the West Coast time, and you start something at at
4
3
Western.
o'clock or 4 o'clock, then that's like a lot of times they haven't gotten off work yet.
Makes sense, yeah. That makes sense if you think about it. But
yeah, so it's going to
Maybe
be
like a 7?
Demacia
Maybe like
versus
7?
Ionia.
Demacia versus Ionia.
It's going to be Demacia versus Ionia once we figure out the time tomorrow. We'll have that posted. And then the winner of that best of 5 faces second seed Shurima in a best of 5. And then the winner of that faces Freljord for the championship title in a best of 5.
okay.
Wow. Alrighty. So
So the
what are
potential
the
of
what are the stats right now like for the teams?
Not it is supremely Freljord favored. They are 6-0. They stand undefeated.
Nice.
Shurima in second with 3-3, and then Ionia second or third with 2-4, and Demacia 1-5.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like if we had betting odds on Freljord, it would be like 1-1.
Less than that. Than that.
So the third and fourth place are being decided on Friday, and then the kind of, I guess, semifinals in a way, like deciding who's going to be facing off in the championship is going to be done on Saturday, and then the championship itself is on Sunday.
I do have a question for some of the stands that I saw in the chat. If Freljord wins this championship, are they next in line for a jersey on our store?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes. They are already in that spot because they have had a consistent team together the longest. And so they were already next in that position, but if they do end up winning, then it'll probably happen here in the next couple weeks.
you should make a Freljord cold brew.
I like that. Yeah, the only just on the note of the coffee, since you brought it up earlier, the only thing that is keeping that from happening right now is that right now all of our websites are down at the moment, and that's due to the funding not being available for them to keep them up. And so hopefully eventually, I'm guessing by mid-month, like 15th, sometime around the 15th or 18th, I'll be able to get those back up, and then we can proceed with that. But at the moment they are unavailable. So
Ryan had bills to pay and forgot to pay the website.
I didn't forget
That's
to
what
pay
happened.
the website. I had bills to pay, and that becomes priority over website. So
Nah,
yep.
that's just how it be.
I mean, you're welcome to donate, Dab.
Yeah, about
Dab-
that.
Dab is the one
I'm
paying for
using
the
my
tournament.
signing bonus to pay for this.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep, Dab is already contributing.
Wow. Well,
Where's
thank
mom?
you,
Where's
Dab.
Mama Alex?
So
Mama Alex?
on that note, what is the the prize pool look like? Like, how does that payout like working? As far as like being split up amongst the teams, or is one team taking all? Is it being split between multiple positions?
So I originally had it when we announced it that it was $1,000. Sorry, 1,000 Canadian dollars,
guys. 1,000 Canadian dollars.
1,000 Canadian dollars was the grand prize, but that does make it like a first place gets all. But I'm sure it could probably be divided. Probably. We'll figure that out probably tomorrow when the board meeting happens.
Yep.
Cool. Well, we will keep you guys updated on that, as well as
We could have
scheduling.
for the last day of the tournament a fundraiser for anyone in Helios to donate to the prize pool with a branding logo or something. Like any purchase in the Helios store can go toward the prize pool.
Hey.
That's an option.
But
I feel like Ryan loses money
with
there.
that is that we already don't make much money off of the Helios store, and so there's
Never
not going to
mind.
be it's not going to be a whole lot of it's
Makes
not going to be a big
sense then, never mind.
contribution.
Makes sense then, never mind.
But it's great thought.
Yeah, then go to the store and buy stuff anyway. So, I mean,
True.
True.
Well, not right now because the website's down, but yeah.
One is back up. Yep. Any other questions? Let's see what we got going on in the chat.
One of the questions is, what am I cooking my other half for dinner? It is chicken and stir
I
fry.
don't see that.
Just letting. Hey, I'm not even like on the YouTube channel right now, so I don't know if they're actually asking people.
Oh.
But I'm letting them know.
I will.
Chicken and stir fry.
Yeah, no. Tomorrow I'm actually making black butler curry buns.
Oh my gosh. I don't
What is
I don't
that?
even know what those words mean put together, but that sounds delicious.
It's a recipe from an anime where the main character uses chocolate in a curry, then wraps it in dough and throws it in the fryer for a curry competition. It's actually really freaking good, surprisingly, and I don't know how it works, but it's really good. Kind of like a steak with a brandy chocolate sauce, but on a curry.
Interesting.
It's interesting, but tastes really good.
You had my interest until you said it was a recipe from an anime show, and then kind of lost it.
If I make a guess
To be
which
fair, though,
anime it is,
it's Black Butler.
see, I wanted to say it before you told me because I knew it was Black
I
Butler.
said that already. In the
I
first
missed
thing
it.
I said Black Butler curry buns.
Let's see, wasn't paying attention. I just heard curry buns.
So if we ever have a Helios get together, I'm gonna have to make you guys my brown sugar and bourbon burgers because they are incredible.
Those sound. I love when people make those.
I need to get the recipe for one of my best friends' brown sugar
Bill,
baked
I
brie.
can-
It's
I
to
can-
die for.
If we ever get together, we have to do a potluck. Everyone brings
or
something
just
up
a
that they're eating.
giant cookout. I'd be down for
Yeah.
that.
Helios
Oh,
Con
okay.
2021.
Cookout
I got some
potluck.
I got some
New
bad
Orleans,
ideas.
Louisiana.
Mm,
I
Real
mean,
bad ideas.
I'd like to state
bad
for
ideas.
I'd
Oh,
like to
no.
state for the record that I actually may be allergic to bourbon.
No,
Oh,
Oh
well.
god.
So
that just broke my heart.
It's like
Yeah.
someone says allergic to seafood, and then I'm like, wait, you can't have brisket then. And then when allergic to seafood, can't have brisket because anchovies and Worcestershire sauce.
And I don't know if it's like the specific type or just the quality or if it's, just bourbon in general, because I had a friend of mine who made this divine apple pie infused bourbon that tasted like apple pie. And I broke out in hives for like a week.
Oh.
Jeez.
So
Was
are
it
you,
worth it?
are you
It made
sure
cinnamon.
it's
Yeah.
the-
I legitimately thought about doing it again.
Get cinnamon?
Yes.
Get cinnamon is the question. Is
Are you
I was
sure
cinnamon
it's
like,
the
cause
bourbon?
I was
that?
like, yeah, it was bourbon.
No, like,
But is
you
it the
sure it's
cinnamon in the
bourbon
apple pie
that
bourbon?
you're-
I mean, it's possible, but I mean, I've had apple pie plenty of times. I don't know what it would be in the apple pie that I'd be
Ask
allergic to.
recipe. Maybe it's something specific in the recipe.
I mean,
All right, here's
And-
what we're gonna do. We're going to take him to a hospital and give him some bourbon.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going to go into anaphylactic shock if I just eat your burger
they,
and get
just do, an
hives. You'll know.
do an allergy test. Just do an allergy test. Like, there are places that can do those. It's like a little.
Yeah.
You just pick your skin with different substances, and whatever bubbles up, you know is the actual reaction. And they're oh, just how they do it
Yeah.
in hospitals and stuff.
So,
I'm not allergic to anything.
Neither.
I'm allergic
pretty nice.
to penicillin. Any penicillin.
I'll try anything once
One
to see if I'm
allergy.
allergic to it.
Any Cillins?
Yeah.
Yeah, same with Maddie.
Yeah, no, I'm only allergic to guinea pigs. That's it. Like not eating them, but just being near them. Like I swell.
I'm allergic to apples.
I was very confused for a second. I was like, how do you know you're allergic to eating guinea pigs? Like,
Oh, well, try everything twice, right?
I mean, to be fair, there used to be an annual block party where they'd have exotic meats, including turtle.
Oh, sad.
And I'm pretty sure guinea pigs in there somewhere.
Sad
Yeah,
now.
I
That makes me-
I don't
makes
go
me
purely
sad.
because of that. I don't go purely because of that.
I
just
really
out
like
of
turtles.
spite. Yeah, same. But I have a tortoise upstairs. But
turtles are awesome. They can even be trained to be ninjas.
yes.
So we have a question
yeah, react first.
from the YouTube chat asking if you guys have any predictions for the best of 5.
Mathematically speaking, it should be a Demacia win 3-1. But you know what? I'm biased because I'm on the team. So
You said
I-
Demacia 3-1.
Wait, you
yeah,
said
but I
Demacia
said but I'm
3-1.
biased. So the team that's winning is 3-0 Ionia.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just leaving it, but I'm biased.
No, I'm I am an Ionia player, so I'm biased,
I mean,
obviously.
I hate to be the guy that's going to take heat on this, but I actually might want to give the edge to Demacia. I think it's going to be 3-2. It's going to be close.
I
I'm
don't know.
gonna
Like
say
it's
yes.
going to be a really interesting
I have a
match
feeling
this
if we do win by a close margin, it's gonna be even closer for Shurima, and it's probably gonna be literally to the neck when it comes to Freljord in that case. Because each team's better than the last, so it's like it's gonna get closer no matter what.
And I think with the week, you guys, every team getting to watch the VODs of the previous week, or the weekend that we just had, and practicing, especially in like Ione and Demasi's case, they'll be ready for a solid.
That's going to make it really interesting too, because you're forced to at that point either deal with the fact that the enemy team like knows you pretty well and probably knows what you're planning on doing, or switching things up, and maybe throwing in a wild card that they weren't ready for.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't put too much stock, at least in my predictions for today, just because, I mean, looking at the improvement from every team, just from Friday to Saturday alone, I almost feel like we might be looking at completely different teams because they'll have so much time to strategize, plan around what they saw their weaknesses were, and really come out with some different compositions. And we probably won't see another Ace-Ol jungle.
No, literally. Shot caller will forbidden me from doing that again. But I will say, yeah,
not for benched.
Not benched, but my Ace-Ol's benched. I'm just tossing the baton over to you. Here.
I will say this. I know a lot of people doubt Team Ionia, but be ready. I know you guys are going to be practicing hard, but Team Ionia is stepping it up. We're turning it up a notch. We're going to be ready. Next week, we're shooting for second place.
Dude, I saw that fight with Demasi. You guys look clean on some of those plays too. So
yeah, like Rex was saying, I was just gonna say that the improvement that we've seen from the various teams over the past couple of days has been really noticeable. So I mean, I think it's just gonna ultimately come down to which team practices and preps the most and makes the most improvement in that short period of time between now and then.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I would kind of mention that you guys might definitely want to, and I think you guys will definitely dial down over the next week or so, is just making sure that you guys are better coordinated in your comms, you have better, team communication. I mean, that's been one thing that Freljord seems to have above everybody else's. I mean, their team communication is dialed down.
Yeah, no, that, to put it simply, that Kindred game at the beginning of the tournament gave me PTSD. Because I could not get a single goddamn mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took that scuttle bottom 3 times, just me and my support. Jungle wasn't even there.
Yeah, they took everything from you.
Yeah, I think I had 2 marks by the end of that game. So I had 1 kill on Silas, which gave me a mark, and then a scuttle, and that was it.
Yeah, you killed me bot lane, but you didn't mark me, so you didn't get the stack.
Yeah, no, I marked you, but you died second after, or second before the mark went off.
Oh, got it.
I didn't get it.
Jeez.
So I didn't get it.
Big goof.
If you guys want a little free piece of my own personal advice for whatever it's worth, if you guys focus on vision, improving your vision,
we are already working on that. Yes,
aggressive vision,
that's what shot caller is just drilling into us proper ward spots right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I like him a lot. I really do. I talked with him a little bit over the league client, and he's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, we've been at the analyst desk and at the caster's desk, we've all been drilling vision and talking about how many plays have been missed because we don't have just proper ward placement. So I'm glad to see that's something you guys are working on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we can sleep on Shurima either. I think that Freljord versus Shurima is going to be harder than it's ever been. I think because we haven't played them ever when we had our full roster, and neither have they. Sean's been notably absent from this tournament. He is a big part of their team. He brings a lot of game knowledge and a lot of shot calling, and might honestly solve a lot of Shurima's problems.
That's true. I didn't even like really consider that Sean hasn't been present for any of the matches, and so
Right.
Him being one of the main players and shot callers and whatnot, that could bring
Yeah,
some
with him-
cohesiveness.
With him and Corey bot lane, like they're scary. Like they really are. Like I don't even want to fight them ever. Like I don't. I just don't. I just want to
And for
farm.
what it's worth,
I
Corey's
die.
sorry, yeah.
No,
And
go
for
ahead.
what it's
Go
worth,
ahead.
Corey's positioning has been improving dramatically too. Like I mean, he was stepping up, being hyper aggressive, and now he's just finding that sweet spot where he's able to just delete everyone and no one can touch him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely noticed a big improvement with Shrima as well. Just since yesterday and today, like they did seem to be taking a little bit more of calculated, like thought out plays rather than kind of going in off of instinct. So I think that given a little bit of time, that they're definitely gonna start becoming a force to be reckoned with there.
Is that the predicted finals in your opinion there, Corey? Sharima versus Freljord in the end? Or do you think
I think
Demacia-
that Demacia can give Shrima a run for their money. I think that with shot caller added and them being literally 4 days, he's 4 days on the team, and you've seen this much improvement. I mean, I don't.
Simply, we've only had 3 days of practice total with shot caller on the team,
Yeah.
and we've already gone a lot better. That's why we added him to the team, because he had a lot of insight for us, and he made it clear when he was trying out that he had a lot of things he could help us with, which is why we decided to add him to the team.
Yeah, he's definitely a great addition for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Cool. Well, you want to wrap it up there, Tal?
Yeah. Everybody, stay tuned for next weekend where we have the 3rd seed versus the 4th seed, Ionia versus Demacia. We will.
May the
live.
better ASOL jungle win.
I will.
Good, because I'm not gonna be able to play it all. So if you're not like ASOL jungle.
But
We're gonna ban
give a
it.
like
We'll
and a
ban it.
subscribe, and all that fun YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And hopefully we'll be able to iron out some of those stream issues that we were running into recently, and have things a little bit smoother next weekend. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys then. It's going to be an interesting couple of days. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you guys for being a part of the Analyst Desk. And a huge shout out to everybody that worked together, especially today, to make sure this thing happened despite like the technical difficulties. I appreciate all of you. And you guys have a good rest of your night.
You too.